some more shit that happened on Valentine's Day is Drake made his official comeback to music.
Yeah, he did.
Full-length body of work with PARTYNEXTDOOR, some sexy songs for you.
The boy.
22 tracks. I think that Drake understood the moment, and I think he delivered, just straight up from me. Off rip, as a Drake fan, I was very satisfied. I feel like he took the moment seriously. I'm glad the album cover was good. Like, all the optics going into it, including even for me, the skit, was on par with what I expected from Drake in this mode. And I think the party element made it a little bit lower stakes for him. You know, like, even if niggas didn't love the album, like, it was Party and him, you know what I mean? It wasn't just Drake, even though this was a Drake album.
Yeah, and I feel like I was happy to hear it when they first announced, because I do feel like sometimes Drake needs some guardrails, right? Yeah. Like, I think that he is such a big artist right now, and he feels like he has so many different pockets and different fans to please, that he will just like go completely off the rails and like make very disjointed projects. I think for me, Her Loss was cool in terms of like an even like sequence project, but honestly, Nevermind was the last great Drake project where he was able to like start with a concept and like go all the way through, and like it felt all like one theme. You feel me? So that's why I appreciated Party, because I felt like every time Drake felt like he was veering off, Party came in, did what he needed to do, and obviously they wrote for each other too.
I think that's actually I haven't even thought of it like that, but that's a great point, and I think Drake got away from that with More Life. And remember how that was the first one that he branded as like, this is a mixtape. Because every
playlist is what he said.
Because everything before that sonically was cohesive. When you look at like Views, Take Care, obviously, like Nothing Was the Same. All those, even though the songs are different and they're different vibes, there's a sonic overall tone to the project that tied everything together. And after that, like More Life era, I feel like he got very disjointed, and the reception wasn't. He still got hits, but the reception of projects wasn't as like holistically like, oh, this shit is great.
Yeah, and we saw that peak on For All the Dogs. It was just like, bro, it's probably his worst project in my opinion.
Yeah. I think it definitely is.
Like,
I was thinking about that this weekend. It definitely is.
Yeah, even like early days. Like, what's Drake's very first project?
But yeah. Before we get into all that, let's keep it on this, because the R&B element of this was excellent. I wish it would have dropped a little bit earlier, just more winter time. This is a very winter album. But we still have a couple more months of that, so I think it's good. And Drake is going to be able to drop again in the summertime, I assume, or maybe like back in fall area.
Yeah.
But I really, really enjoyed the R&B vibes. I think Party can't be overlooked in this. I think he did his thing on this. He did his thing on a couple tracks. Deeper is incredible, solo by him. I love Mothballs just because of him on the second half.
I love Mothballs too.
Oh my God.
And CN Towers.
Yeah, of course. But
you want to know my hot take about the album? You chop it after the 10th song. You cut it after the 10th, and you have something that I think is received in a lot different way. I forget what it's called, but it's right before the Mi Padre.
But you need Nokia.
Give Me a Hug is the 10th song on the project.
You cut it after Give Me a Hug.
But you need Nokia.
I would rather lose Nokia and have that project be 10 songs, 30 minutes, conceptual. I was looking at those first 10, and I'm like, wow, yeah, he did the right thing for his pockets and for his streams by including the hits, because also Die Trying, isn't that that's the pop record with Yebba? Yeah, it's like those are good songs, but you could hold those.
Yeah, I mean, I see what you mean by that, and I don't completely agree, but I do think the second half of the project is a little bit more disjointed, and I feel like it's because he's trying to be like experimental. Or another take I kind of have is that a lot of these are like low-key throwaways, because besides like Greedy and On My Way and like Die Trying, like a lot of these songs feel just like very like I don't know, like these were they were meant for other projects or something.
To me you cut 16 through 19 with Somebody Loves Me, Celibacy, On My Way, and Glorious.
Definitely.
Those were fine.
Definitely.
I like When He's Gone, and I like Greedy a lot. I think Die Trying and Nokia are essential, because Nokia is going to go. Like, Nokia is going to do what it's supposed to do on the charts and on the internet, I think.
Yeah, I just think...
And deservingly so, bro, because I want to hear an interesting new vibe.
For sure. The first half of that song kind of throws me off. I like the second half, but it does feel very like throwback, yay. in a way.
That's fun.
And well, Party's not on that, right? That's just Drake.
Yeah, just Drake.
Save that for your solo project. I still want that song, but I think that hits harder in the summer. It makes more sense on your solo project, and he just gave us. It was a better version of it, but the same album he's given us since Scorpion, which is a bloated album with really high highs and a couple of really bad songs. And an album like that is never gonna be like regarded as great.
But I don't think that was the goal.
But change your goal.
I don't think he needs to.
What would you say is the goal though?
I think the goal of this project was to get back in the good graces of the public, get a couple slaps that catch on the radio and get you back in current rotation with everybody, get the girls on your side again with the R&B shit. Like I think he made every play with this album that was supposed to be made for him to make an entry back into music, and now he could duck off for a little bit and really perfect the album that if he wants to come back properly and be regarded as what he's been working for, has to be critically acclaimed, one of the things that I think you're talking about.
So is that why he includes like a Meet Your Padre or a Nokia or even a Die Trying? Because he's like, because he already knows, because we talked about the first half of the album, you can tell that is like a very like well thought out body of work in itself, right?
Yeah.
Do you think that he throws those songs on there because he's like, honestly, I did so well in the first half of this project, I can afford to take risks and throw these out there. And if one of them goes, then I look innovative.
Yes.
I think that's what I'm saying. It's calculated risk and it's smart. You can do that when you're at this point in your career.
I mean, I don't think of it as risky at all. I think it's the safe thing to do.
Calculated risk.
Meet Your Padre?
I mean, attempting hit songs and attempting to do new genres.
But they have to go. The other records didn't go before this. All the 100 gig shit didn't go.
Well, that's a different story.
But if you're gonna do
that's a whole different story,
bro. If you do Nokia and Mi Padre and the whole rest of the album don't hit like it's supposed to, now you look crazy a week after the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
like if Nokia didn't slap, this nigga would look insane.
But
right after
Meet Your Padre don't
over,
slap. That's what I'm saying.
He looks
a little insane for making a song like that. A lot of the commentary I'm seeing on Twitter is not about the album. It's how terrible that fucking song is. And how embarrassing it is after everything that he was criticized for months.
I agree. Calculated risk. You can do something like that and attempt it, and it can get that reception if there's enough slaps on the album to make it so that you're not an absolute clown. Because that shit on the timeline isn't shit about, oh my God, Drake is a bitch, da da da. It's just about that song, and that's fine.
I don't really get why he made that song because again, he's got 3 Spanish songs I know of. It's the one with Bad Bunny on For All the Dogs. It's this one, and then he's got a song with, I think it's Romeo Santos. I'm gonna look it up. It's called Odio. Where he's actually speaking Spanish and it sounds good. But I feel like the Gently song with Bad Bunny and this are in the same category where he's like doing the Spanglish thing and putting on a weird accent. It just sounds strange.
I think the genre has advanced past him.
Mm-hmm.
What genre?
Wait.
Yeah, that verse is not fly in any
genre?
year.
Sorry, my bad. But what genre? I'm confused by
I'm
what you said.
saying like reggaeton, like any of this like Spanish speaking music, is like I don't think Drake could really keep up with it. Now that people are really familiar with the genre, they've all gotten way colder. Like now when Drake come on there trying to do some little bullshit, it's not cute no more because niggas is really fly without you. So you trying to do this shit and like add some sauce to it, it's like niggas don't need your sauce.
Right. Like that song with Romeo Santos was let's see, I think it was 2009. So it's like one of those things where he did it a while ago and like people were still trying to find their superstars,
and even, because my thing is also like, even if we want to make fun of the Caribbean island shit that he does, that's a culture that actually exists where he's from and people that he's actually been around. He can't play in a field that he actually has never, he doesn't spend any real time with these people or in these places to make music that's going to sound good or authentic to them. So like you could get lucky on a couple of tracks early on, like the Bad Bunny tracks. But then if you keep trying to do it, eventually you're going to get exposed for not really, getting it.
Yeah. I mean, I think to be fair, I think the Chino thing, he's been supporting Chino because Chubb signed him to his label PFL.
But you can support without thinking that adding you on the track is gonna be fly.
I agree. They just have another song together on Chino's album, which is better. Mm-hmm. So I think what we're all saying makes sense, and what I say stands with the weird feature. Other than that, though, let's get back into the positives. I feel like
I mean,
great project, bro.
Yeah, Give Me a Hug is excellent. I think Give Me a Hug.
Give Me a Hug
insane.
is so good.
I think conceptually, I really want to stand on the fact that I think that's his man at the Garden.
I love that take.
I think that is Drake's like, these are my positive affirmations. This is how I'm gonna feel good about myself. This is why I'm okay with myself. This is the type of shit that I tell myself to get hype and shit like that. And not for nothing, I think that it really is an accurate articulation of where his goals are at right now. I think that's where my take on the album comes from. It's like, yo, this is not for the critics. This is not for the rap fans. This is for the hoes. This is literally for the hoes, bro. For the strippers, for the women. And you see the people that are reacting to it with positively and aren't overanalyzing it. And then Party literally posted and deleted his story. It's like, yo, this is for the bitches, bro. This is not to overanalyze.
No, he said, I saw the funniest quote tweet because he said, yo, this music is for fucking. It's not for people to sit down and talk about. And then he said something else that was funny. He called people something funny. I forget the whole story, but somebody quote tweeted and it was like, Party with another cryptic tweet about what his music really means.
Yeah, bro.
That dude is way too, bro.
Straightforward.
I can't handle how straightforward he is. That's been the disconnect for me with Party his whole career. And there were some slaps on here.
Yeah.
But come on, man.
So I do think that Party, I know that we could say that he's been like that his whole career, but I do feel like his first project was a little bit more tasteful than these past couple projects he's been releasing.
I think
to be honest,
I think his sound is tasteful, but I don't think the lyrics have ever been super tasteful. The same way I wouldn't say early Weeknd lyrics weren't tasteful. You know, when the Weeknd gets in that bag, he gets pretty vulgar.
Party's gotten way more graphic in a way where I'm like, all right, The Weeknd, yes, he gets graphic, but something about maybe his tone of voice makes me feel like, all right, well, this is just like yeah, this dude mad horny, but like he's just a horny dude. You feel me? Party feels like I be creeped out low key. Like I'm like, yo.
And also we're not gonna gloss over the optics. Like when The Weeknd was doing that shit, he was a sex symbol. To be completely honest, in the Kissland era, he totally was.
He's right.
And Party don't look like that. And we can't pretend like that doesn't make a difference in the way you hear and see the music.
I thought girls were fucking with Party early on though. Am I tripping?
They were, but I think Party just what's the word when when you glow up?
Yeah.
The opposite of that. Also, I think he gained a little bit of weight.
I was gonna say, Party gained some weight.
And then the beard's not really...
Party look a little hefty,
yeah,
and I think he got
crazy.
the beard to hide it a little bit.
He's looking crazy,
Yeah.
too.
And
He looks like academic.
They could be brothers. They could be brothers.
That's so funny. I'm only talking about Party right now because, like I've said, I haven't fully immersed myself in the catalog, and I wasn't there when he was like doing P1 and P2. So I'm not a real fan.
Those are slaps. This was also great. There were really, really high highs and some really other horny moments. Drake did his thing across the singing shit. Again, that CN Tower is incredible. Like, he got another one with that intro, which is always important for him. I am excited for the solo work, though.
Me too.
But I just don't know. I don't know what the concept is, because now you really got me thinking. Like, I think he does need a motivation, a focus, just like a, I don't know. Because 40 was in his bag for this too. I don't know.
Did you look through the credits?
Not all the way, but I saw a couple songs. 40's on a lot of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I do wanna I think I kind of hated on the Drake album for the first 30 minutes of this conversation. So I do want to say, like, I did also enjoy a lot of the songs. I think
This nigga posted on his story and shit.
Yeah. I think Small Town Fame is like a really, really good like Drake rap song. I think Party had great moments. I'm trying to remember. I mean, I love Nokia. You know what I mean? Like, and I didn't know how I felt about it off first listen, but I think it's a really fun song that I want to hear played outside. And I love the pop record too with Yebba. So like I was hating, and I still don't think it should be 22 songs. I still would cut those and save them for the solo project, but there's some slaps.
And not for nothing, Drake albums always get better with time.
That's facts.
And you always grab songs.
Yeah.
So if we like 10 to 11 and in a couple months this looks like 15, because we are, even with the GNX conversation, which even though I still like off jump think GNX is a stronger project, we haven't given this one its due just.
Facts. It came out 3 days ago.
I'm gonna really play this album a lot, so it could really it could do something.